You know what's great about when spring finally comes to Michigan? Lawnmowers. All the time. Lawnmower noises, all the time. Especially when I hit record. Today we are taking a look at all of the things that came my way in April. Not all of the things, but the exciting things like book and beauty things. So it's enough saying of things. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. April wasn't a super crazy month the way February and March were, but you know, some things did happen. Bookish things first because that's what most of you are probably here for. And I'll start off with the most recent because it's on top. Anything that comes in a shiny mailer from the offices of Macmillan is bound to be something good. This is no exception. It came from Tor, and it is Vasa in the Night by Sarah Porter, which is a retelling of the fairy tale Vasilisa the Beautiful, which I am super excited about. Not only does it have, sorry I'm like holding it way out of frame, this book guys, you know this one right here. Not only does it have a beautiful, beautiful cover, but it sounds really interesting. It has a fantastic blurb from Leigh Bardugo. It just sounds really quirky and different and a bit urban fantasy, and I was just saying that I really have been missing urban fantasy in my life, so looking forward to that one. It comes out sometime in September, but if you would like to hear first impressions of it or a teaser well before then so you know whether you want to pre-order it or request it at your library, let me know in the comments and I will do my best to accommodate you. Then we have two from Scholastic, and the first one is The Sleeping Prince by Melinda Salisbury. This is a follow-up to The Sin Eater's Daughter, which I actually haven't read and don't own, so I probably won't be able to read this one for a while. I've been meaning to look into it to see if it's a standalone, but I just keep forgetting. But I might be willing to risk some spoilers and give you guys a first impressions or a teaser. So, you know, if you were big Sin Eater's Daughter fans and you want to know more about this one, definitely let me know. And if you have read them, let me know if this one's a standalone and if I can just go ahead and dive in, because that will be helpful to know. This one comes out at the very end of May, the 31st, and much like The Sin Eater's Daughter, I love the cover, which is nothing but shininess right now. See if I can, there's nothing, there's no hope for it, it's just shiny. In between the shine glare, if you can see that pretty cover, ooh, there we go, pretty. The other book from Scholastic is Crow Mountain by Lucy Inglis. This is another one I hadn't heard of? This is another one I hadn't heard of. I mentioned in a video or two ago that I feel like I'm really out of the loop because I hadn't had internet for a while, so I wasn't seeing new books when they were posted and seeing what people are excited about. And I think I just got used to not having internet because I haven't really been looking into them much. It's been ages since I've really dug through a catalog, and I love publisher catalogs. I'm kind of, you know, still out of the loop even though I have no excuse now. But this one, it sounds interesting. At first I thought, okay, it's probably just standard contemporary, but it's actually two stories woven together. One is a contemporary romance and one is a historical romance. And I am curious to see kind of how that comes together. But I will say, just based on the little excerpt in the back, it seems not my style of contemporary or romance, and kind of why I tended to avoid contemporary romance. It seems like it's going to be a little insta-lovey and a bit over the top for my tastes. Plenty of people like that, and maybe there will be a reason. Maybe the whole insta-love aspect will have some kind of tie into that past relationship. I really don't know. But I probably will give this one a little bit of a read and include it in a first impression, so if you want to see that, let me know. And the last thing as far as books are concerned is a Jane Austen one from the lovely Maria Grace. Are we starting to tip because my books are weighing my camera down? I think we might be. We're not going to capsize. Anyway, the book is book 2 of the Queen of Rosings Park series, and it's The Trouble to Check Her by Maria Grace. Maria is lovely, and I was a really big fan of Mistaking Her Character, I think it was called, which was the first book of the Queen of Rosings Park series. This one tackles Lydia, which I am so excited for because I feel like Lydia really gets trashed by most readers. Most people don't like Lydia, and I don't think they give her enough leeway for the fact that she's such a young girl. She's just an excitable young girl and kind of gets caught up in nonsense from a complete douchebag. So I'm really curious to see how Maria's going to take on Lydia's story and kind of redeem her, if she does, and, you know, just to see more people giving Lydia a chance. So I'm really looking forward to this one. It comes out really soon, I think, and maybe it's already out actually. This this might already be out. Could be lying about that. But I will be featuring it probably at the end of May or early June as far as Maria's blog tour goes, and then again for Austin in August. So keep an eye out for those things. I believe that was all for the bookishness. However, I've been feeling all month like I lost something, like I misplaced something. So if something else did come my way, I will try to track it down and insert it in May's book haul or another video somewhere along the way. However, I did get 2 comics from the library, Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Rat Queens by Curtis J. Weeb. And these were probably the single 2 most recommended to me of all time. And I've been meaning to read them for ages, and I finally just requested them. So even though I've had them for long enough for them to be overdue already, I only just started reading Rat Queens, and I'm smitten. Now on to the kind of non-bookish beauty and fun stuff. First up, I got a box from Influencer. This is from the new L'Oreal Everpure line, which I'm pretty excited about because it's sulfate-free, and I think I've talked about it before, but I only use sulfate-free if I can at all because the sulfates just pull color out of hair so much faster and tend to make my hair frizzy. So the box came with pretty much the whole line. I mean, there might be some styling products beyond this, but it came with the shampoo and conditioner, which are specifically in the color care system, so it's supposed to be really good for colored hair. The Repair Remedy mask, which I was really excited about because I am a big fan of hair and face masks of any kind, and the Repair and Defend leave-in lotion. Now I have used all of these, and each time that I used them, I used all 4 together so that I would kind of get a feel for how it works as a system, and I've only used it a few times since it got here. I feel like I've got enough of a handle on it to say how I feel about it for the most part. Now that may change as I continue to use it, and I will go ahead and use them up, but kind of early impressions of it. I like but don't love the shampoo and conditioner, which tends to be how I feel about L'Oreal in general. I always want to really like their stuff, but I'm always a little underwhelmed. Partly that's with the formula. A lot of it though is with the packaging, which is very soft and flimsy, and it's so frustrating sometimes trying to get product out of this because you just end up crushing the container, feeling like I'm gonna burst the seams squeezing it so hard to get anything out. And when you get down toward, you know, the bottom of it, it becomes nearly impossible. Like the last tube of their conditioner that I had a permanent like kink in it from me trying to get anything out of it. It feels so flimsy. I really don't like that. As far as the formula, I do notice it pulling out the color a little bit more than other things that I use, and that's true of both the shampoo and conditioner. I actually did have the conditioner pull a little color out, which is really rare. That was kind of random. The mask may be working to repair my hair, I don't know. But as far as it leaving it feeling really conditioned and soft, I didn't really feel like it did that. I will keep using it because maybe it will improve the texture of my hair overall, but when I use a mask, I like to have a really good deep condition. I like to have it feel bouncy and like a hair commercial when I come out of the shower, and this didn't really do it. And the leave-in is supposed to help insulate from fading and damage, and it may be doing that a bit, and it may be helping with anti-frizz issues too. Again, I do have other leave-ins that I prefer more, but wasn't bad, and I will keep using the whole system just to see how my hair changes over time with it. I'm left kind of on the fence. It's probably a good budget version compared to some of the other things that I use for hair care, so that's something to consider. But I really, really wish they would just redo this packaging. This is way too flimsy. But I was excited to try it out, and I love how Influencer seems to have me down when it comes to hair care, because every time I'm about to run out of something, they send me something new to try, and that's exciting. And the last thing of this video happened a couple nights ago, and that was a little Sephora stop-in. This is Sephora stop number 2 within the last month or so, and I have been intending to show you the other one. It was going to be part of the vlog that I have recorded that I'm still working on editing, so you'll probably be seeing more if I ever get that done. But this one was just some random little splurges. I got the Tarte High Performance and Naturals Glam Goodie set because I've been wanting to try the Tarte Tartlet palette, just haven't, and then I started seeing the little mini in the Q line because it's essentially half of the palette for half of the price. But then I thought, if I'm gonna spend half of the price, I might as well just go ahead and buy the whole thing. But then they came out with this set, which has half of the palette mascara, and one of their new lip paints. So I thought, well, that actually kind of makes it worth it. So I went ahead and picked that up. That's what I'm wearing today. And I am on the fence about it a little bit. If you want a kind of more in-depth review of this or any of the other makeup things that I own and wear and sometimes love and sometimes hate, let me know, because I will record a more in-depth review. But yeah, I'm on the fence, so I don't know. I'll keep playing with it and we'll see. And while I was on a little Tarte kick, apparently, I also picked up this little sample set, which is the Tarte Skincare Make a Splash Hydrating Skin Savers Set. Holy moly. This one has minis of their Deep Dive Cleansing Gel, Marine Boosting 4-in-1 Mist, and H2O Hydrating Boost from the new Rainforest of the Sea line. It's not like I said sea lion. Sea line. And as I have exceptionally dry skin, I'm always looking for some good hydrating products, so I figured I would give these a try. Plus it was like $10 for minis, good travel sizes of 3 different products. That's kind of excellent. The last thing I picked up for me was another little trial size of the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Liquid Recovery. Again, always working on that dry ass skin, and I love First Aid Beauty. These are little ampules that you tear open and they're kind of full of a serum, and again, really good price, good way to try the line and see if it's something you want to invest in. I also picked up the similarly sized anti-redness serum for my mom, who's been having some trouble with redness and rosacea, so that's a really good weight. I love that Sephora has little things like this now where you can get a smaller size and decide if it's something that you want to bite the bullet on and go for the big one. So I like that. But that was all from Sephora and all for this haul. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on the books or the beauty end, and if you want more in-depth videos of any kind for any of them, definitely let me know. But that's all for now. I will see you guys again soon, hopefully for that vlog I mentioned, but I also have another book chat coming up, a follow-up to that Biggest Letdowns book chat, which a lot of you guys were really into, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of your guys' letdowns, because I think it is something that needs to be talked about. And I also have another chat coming up on a trend that I've been seeing in YA books. So until those things happen, that's all for now. Thank you guys for watching, and happy reading / playing with beauty things. Today's topic is one that I've been mulling over for quite a while and been wanting to talk about, and I think I've touched on it in the past. I've certainly talked about these books in the past, but I thought it was time to kind of have it all gathered in one place, and that is biggest bookish letdowns. I hated so very much of it and was so let down by it, not just the story but the characters and the writing. I don't know that I've been that angry at a book up to that point in my life.